Well, welcome to another day and Life with Sandy. Well, good morning. Today is Sunday, January 15th. We have a few birthdays today. Two confusing birthdays, but four birthdays altogether. I didn't start off with a snack this morning, so that's why I didn't show anything. We'll get to that. I had a busy morning. We'll just start off with that. But today is Renee Kerner's birthday. So Renee, Kerner, happy birthday to you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's start again. Happy birthday to you. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, good morning. Today is Sunday, January 15th, and we have a few birthdays. Today is Renee Kerner's, Kerner. Today's Renee's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Renee. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Started off with a blooper. Also, it's Sally P's birthday. So, Sally, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sally. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, this is where the confusing part is. I don't know if this is the same channel and she just changed her channel name, or if it really truly is two different girls that are from Texas, or two different people that are from Texas. But the first one is Texas Girl 1980 Purdy, P-U-R-D-Y. I'm assuming that Purdy is her name, because I don't know what her real name is. So I'm just going to sing to Purdy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Purdy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And then we also have another channel, Texas Weight Loss WW Calorie Counting. I don't know. No name. So I'm just going to call you Texas. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Texas. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all four of you have a great birthday. I gotta get a drink. I slept pretty good last night again, which is good. And but like I said, I had a busy morning. I woke up at my usual time, about 9:30, and then I was just laying in bed. And I actually, at that point when I wake up like at 9:30, I usually just start playing games on my phone, or, look at my Google News and stuff like that. But this morning I thought, I'm just going to lay here for a minute. Not a big mistake, because obviously I was tired, but I fell back to sleep. And then Jim woke up a little after 10, and I heard him when he got up, so I got up too. And so I was laying there trying to debate, well, am I going to get up and take a shower, or am I going to play games on my phone? And my phone rang, and it was Denise. And she called, and she was like panic-stricken. And I couldn't understand what she was saying, because she was just like, I said, well, slow down, what's the problem? And she says, I need you to come up here. I ran out of gas. I'm on the top of the ramp by the expressway, and I've almost got hit 4 times already. She says, I have my flashers on, but I can't move my car. I ran out of gas. I need you to bring me some gas. So I said, okay, I'll be right there. So I got out of bed, got my clothes on really quick, and the phone rings again, and it's Denise again. And she said, well, if I just got to thinking that I have a gas can in my garage. If you don't have gas, I don't know which one it is, because one's for the lawnmower and one's for the, for the regular gas. And I go, no, I've got gas in my garage. I'll just bring my gas tank, or can rather. And so you don't need to worry. I'll be right there. I'm leaving right now. So she said, okay, well, from where she is, from my house to her house, no matter how fast you drive, I mean, it's like a 5-minute drive, because like to get off the express, give you a little clue how to get off to my house. It's like 5 minutes from the expressway. If you're going really fast, you could probably make it in 4. You're not going to do much better than that. But so anyway, I left right away. I put the gas in my car and started taking off. I had got like 2 minutes from my house, and she's calling me. Where are you? Where are you? She's yelling at me, and I know she's panicked because she's almost getting hit. The place where she stopped is like just before you get on the expressway at the top. Like we have, like you go over the top of the ramp. Of the bridge, rather, before you get on. And then when you're coming down, then you get onto the ramp to get onto the expressway. She was at the top of the ramp, on the road, on the main road, but not on the expressway yet. But there's no breakdown lane. There's no place to pull over. And what's really scary is there's hardly even place for people to walk. So, like, we have a lot of people that, we have, like, what do you call it? Low-income housing. So a lot of the people that live in the low-income housing don't have transportation, and they depend on the bus service, which is in this area is like bad. But if they want to walk to Myers, which is the closest grocery store nearest to the places, they have to walk. And the scariest part is when they're walking over the bridge to get to the other side of 23 Mile Road. And this is where she was broke down, so she couldn't pull her car over. So we had a little snit on the phone because I'm thinking, I'm not the Jetsons. I can't fly over to you. I got to drive. I got to, and I have to follow the traffic lights. I can't get a ticket. So anyway, I get there and she's like dead in the middle of the thing. And she's got her flashers on. So I pulled back, like her car was here. I pulled over just a little bit so that you could still see that I was still there. Like I said, there's no breakdown lane. So I could still see my car, so she could see people could see the two cars. So I put my flashers on, I gave her the gas, and then she comes up to the car and she starts yelling at me again. I'm thinking, why are you yelling at me? I'm doing what I can only do so much. I'm 72, please. So anyway, she starts to put the gas in, so I'm got my flashers on, and I stand at the back of my car, and I'm waving people over so that they can see me from a distance, that I'm standing there, so that gives them enough time. Because we're in the lane to get on the expressway. It's kind of hard to explain without showing you. But anyway, so I'm like waving people over. And so people could see me and they were waving, like they were moving over. And it does take a minute or two to put gas in the car. And so the thing that bothered me the most is Denise is 62 and I am 72. And we're on the side of the road trying to put gas in the car, and all these cars that went by, not one person stopped to help this old woman. I don't think I look old, but I know I look old, like one of those kind of things. I sure don't look like I'm in my 50s. Maybe I might get by looking in my 60s, although that's probably pushing it. But all these people drove past me. As I'm standing in the car waving them by, it's like, why wouldn't somebody have pulled behind me to see if we needed any help? But nobody did. Anyway, so she finally gets the gas into her car, and she brings the tank back to me to put in the car and to put back in the car. Now, I know she's got to start her car. I want to make sure her car starts, which it did start, but the light was still green for people coming, and there were still cars coming. Now, I don't want to get in the car and get hit myself. So I'm standing there waiting till the light turns red so that I'd have time to get in the car. Does she not get out of the car again? And she comes in, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? I only have so much gas. I said, Denise, I'm not going to get hit waiting for you to get in. So it was just, so then the light turned red so that everybody had to stop. I got in my car, and then, she proceeded on to go to the gas station, and I proceeded on. I was just, so then after she calmed down, she called me to ask me how I was doing. And, not to ask me how I was doing, to apologize for how cray-cray she went. And so I said, well, why did you get so mad? And she says, well, because after I got the gas, there's only so much gas, and I had to get to the gas station, and you were just standing there just waving at people. I said, I wasn't just waving at people. I was like telling them not to hit me because I didn't want to get hit either. And she says, well, I didn't know that. I was just like, and Kylie was in the car, and she was crying because Kylie didn't understand what was going on. And, if you're new to my channel, Kylie has some cognitive issues, and so she has a hard time understanding things. And so I said, well, I understand that. So then she called, and she said, well, I'm going to get you a Starbucks drink. And I go, that's not necessary. She says, no, I'm going to Target after I get gas. I'm getting you a Starbucks drink. You might as well tell me what you're going to get, or otherwise you're going to get the wrong drink. So here's a little clip of Denise with her apology. Look who stopped by.
I'm sure she's already told you. If not, I'm sure she will. that she had to come save me because I ran out of gas. And then she was mad at me because I was
yelling at me. You were yelling at me.
I was trying to have her get into the car because after it was all done, she was like waving people around. I'm thinking, okay, I only have so much gas in here. But anyway,
I've already explained this.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I got her a treat.
She's
to
so
say,
nice.
Sorry.
I know. It's just like in the moment. So anyway, she got me my drink, which is a Passion Tango tea, which is 0 points. So although I did put some berries in there myself from home, I put some of my own berries in just to kind of spice it up a little bit. But anyway, an eventful morning to say the least. Denise has the reputation, not to throw her under the bus, but she likes to get the gas tank down as low as it'll go before she fills it. I fill my tank when it's like half. If I'm like below half, I get nervous. I really do. I always think of, what if there's some kind of a gas shortage? At least I want to get my gas when it's, when I can get it. And then I always think that, what if there's like we lose power or something and the gas pumps aren't going to work and I need the gas? And what if I have to go somewhere like I did this morning at the very last minute that you're not really sure of? So I like to keep my gas tank right at a half. Plus, I've always heard that you don't use as much gas because when it gets below, you're losing a lot of vapors. I don't know how true that is. That's what I've heard. So, but Denise is like, I think that she's reached the point that she's realized that sometimes you just got to get it just before it gets right down to almost empty. Because she said that yesterday it showed that she had 30 miles to empty. And she says, and I didn't really drive that many places. Well, you'd be surprised. Just because it says 30 miles, that's just a guesstimate as far as how your car reacts to driving per gallon and all that. Like I'm a really car whiz that I know all of this stuff. But anyway, enough of that. You can hear me. I'm all agitated because of that too. I started watching on Peacock this new game show. It's kind of different. It's called The Trader. It's pretty interesting. I liked it. I was binge watching it last night, and I'm not going to tell you. It's like there's some reality stars are in it, and then some everyday normal, like we are, normal people are in it too. So I would recommend that. It was like a nice little change of pace type of show, and it's on Peacock. And then also I wanted to give a shout out to Cynthia Musiel, Musiel. She is in the Women's World issue of January 16th. So if you want to read about Cynthia Musiel, Musiel, get the Women's World January 16th edition. And congratulations, Cynthia. Now I know a celebrity. Although I know more than one celebrity because Dish with D was in it also at one point. But speaking of that, I just found it so ironic that one time I was going on Google, I even sent it to Joan. Like when you read certain things, Google takes notice of what you're watching or what you're talking about or any of that kind of good stuff. And one of the stories that they had suggested I look into was one of Joan's Pointed Plates videos, which I sent her a little screenshot and I said, oh, look at this. This is pretty kind of cool. So anyway, today I have my Zoom call. And at 4 o'clock, so I get to congratulate Lynn and Dale once again to being new grandparents to Malcolm Wade, who has arrived on Friday. And then after that, tonight, Jim and I are going with Bertie and Ron to celebrate our Christmas together and exchange our gifts. I don't even remember what Jim got Bertie. I know what I got her, but I don't remember what Jim got her. So it'll be a surprise for me, too. But it brings me to my subject today that I wanted to talk about is like, don't listen to the fat girl inside of you because she's just mad because she can't have what she wants. I would so love to go tonight because we're going to the Longhorn Steakhouse restaurant. And I looked on the app and there's things I can get with that are going to stay within my points. I don't know that I'm going to get them. I know that's a defeatist attitude before I go. I know I go to a steakhouse and I always order chicken. But the chicken I would order is a Parmesan crusted chicken breast grilled. And so I thought, well, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good with my points. No, 29 points. 29 points. I only get 24 for the day. Although I do have 31 weeklies that I can use. So do I really want to use all my weeklies on a chicken dinner? I don't know. Although there was some steaks that were lower in points. I think I forget which one it was. I think there was one that was 6 points or 8 points, something like that. So I might just break down and actually get that a steak at a steakhouse. Go imagine getting a steak at a steakhouse. But it bothers me. It really does bother me. And I know you shouldn't be so consumed about worrying about food, but I'm still, unfortunately, at this point in my life, still consumed about food. I really am. And I think that the toughest part about being on a diet is watching other people that are able to eat, that have mastered the art of knowing how to order food in a restaurant and staying on their plan, or mastered the ability to plan ahead, which I think I have done pretty well this week. I think I planned ahead for this week because I've known all week I was going to go out to eat. The part I didn't plan ahead very well with is tomorrow is my weigh-in day, and no matter what I order tonight, it's going to be a heavy meal on my stomach, and it's going to have a lot of sodium in it, and it's because of the preservatives that they use. So I'm not going to see a great weight loss tomorrow. I still think that I'm going to have a small loss, but I think I would have had a better loss if I would have just stuck to my plan of eating like I normally do on a Sunday and not going cray-cray at a restaurant. But like I said, it does bother me. Like when you watch commercials and you see people just like, and they always use skinny people. You never see fat people in a commercial eating chips and dip. Never do. You never see really fat people like going to the drive-thru at a McDonald's or Burger King or stuff like that. They always use thinner people to do that. And it kind of fools you into thinking that, you can eat this food and not have any ill effects from it. And a lot of people can eat it. I know that. I just think that if I would follow the plans of so many people, I have friends that can eat whatever they want. They can eat like a dozen donuts and not gain a pound. I can look at one donut and gain a pound. I mean, it's just, and I do get resentful of the fact that they can do that. I mean, it's just the body I was dealt with. Like I was dealt with a body that at least that I don't have high cholesterol, but I have a body that when I go on a plan that I have to stay on it because, like when I go off my plan, I not only double my weight, sometimes I triple my weight. Not like in a total sense, but like in the normal past, when I first started my plan, I could have probably lost like 2 or 3 pounds a week. I probably could have. But then I gained back more weight, and then my fat cells kind of increase in size, and they get a little bit stronger willed against me and make it harder for me to lose weight the next time, which makes it a little bit more discouraging. And then I think, this is so, like, this will be my second weigh-in of this year. I still have my gung-ho-ness of being on plan and knowing that this is the year and knowing I can do it. Nothing's going to stop me. I still have all of that. But I'll be honest, it's not like it was on day one. It's still there. It's not disappeared. But it's not as strong as it was on day one. And I have to remember that each day it's going to get a little bit weaker and I'm going to have to fight a little bit harder to stay on plan. But realizing that I need to think back to how I felt on that first day when I started and know that I am not going to be able to eat like other people. I am not going to be able to go to a restaurant and have an appetizer and then my meal and then dessert and then drink pop and then weigh myself the next day and have a weight loss. That's just not going to happen. So I have to realize how tough it's going to be in the restaurant watching other people as their food is being delivered to the table. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Maybe I'll get that. I have to realize that, it's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough. I'm also going out to eat on Wednesday because we're doing our sibling dinner on Wednesday. And so I'm going to be going out again on Wednesday. So I have to 2 days in 1 week because Sunday starts the week as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be a very difficult week for me. And the toughest part is I'm going to have to not listen to the fat girl inside of me saying, just eat a donut and then you'll feel better. Just have one candy kiss and you'll feel better. No, I can't do that. I can't listen to the fat girl inside of me because the fat girl inside of me led me wrong my whole life. And I listened to her way too many times. And she's trying to get out. She is trying to get out. And I'm fighting my best to keep her in there because I can't afford to get back to my old way of eating again. I just can't. I really can't. I'm finally starting to feel better, and I know it's because I've been eating healthy for the last 15 days. I'm getting all my fruits and vegetables in again. I want to reach the point where I think that I can have a donut or a cupcake or a piece of cake or some cookies or something, and know that it's not going to lead me into wanting another donut, another piece of cake, another cup of cookies. I'm not there yet. So I at least recognize the fact that I'm not there yet. I am not going to go the whole year not having a piece of cake. I am not going to go the whole year not having a donut. I know that. But I also know that right now is not the time for me to have it, because it's the second week into a new plan is always going to be the hardest. Third week is going to be hard, but I think once you get past the third week, it gets a little bit easier. So I just have to be strong for the rest of January at least. Because if I can get into February with at least a 5 or 6 pound loss, which I've already jump started that. I lost 5 pounds last week. So I got to maintain that at least. But I'd like to lose 5 pounds a month is my goal for the year. And I don't want to, since I did it the first week, think that I can lay back now and think, well, you lost your 5 pounds already, so don't worry. You can have your donuts and your cake and your cookies and stuff like that. I just wish that I got the same satisfaction out of eating an apple as I do out of a donut, because I just don't. I really don't. I like my apples. I like my berries. I like my fruits. I really love my fruits. But unfortunately, I love my sugary treats a lot better. And they just don't repay me by giving me better health. And they take advantage of that feeling so many times, and I can't let that happen anymore. But okay, that's going to do it for, 20 minutes. Geez, Sandy, blabbering. So do you have a fat girl or a fat guy inside of you screaming to get out? What do we do to keep them inside? Or what do we do to release the beast? Or what is it? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it. It's from the movie. Or release the Krakens. What do we have to do that? What do you do to do that? Because, like I said, I know I'm going to have a donut at some point in my life this year. I know that. But how do I contain myself to just know that it's just one, and that I don't have to eat the whole dozen? Let me know. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Don't let them fat people out. Or if we can let them out so that they disappear. That would be even better, wouldn't it?